Happy Friday, Oklahoma! Woot woot! It's football time in Oklahoma. And one of my favorite people in the entire world. Look here. Frosty, you gonna go?
No!
Come on now.
I went once, not again.
Never
again.
I dropped my ticket. Give me a second. You know you love sports balls.
No!
Frosty invented that term, sports balls. Oh, man. We got the guys from OPP here today, Oklahoma Pedophile Prevention. And we're going to talk with them. We're going to show you a video of them going out and busting child predators. And I'm going to talk to them about some videos that I've watched lately. They're doing some great work, and they're helping to protect your kids. And we'll also tell you how to keep your kids safe from online predators. They've moved to apps now. Know what your kids are doing. We'll talk about that with those guys here in a bit. The Senate Judiciary Committee voted along party lines today to send Brett Kavanaugh to the floor for a full Senate vote. Now, Flaky Jeff Flake, I don't know. Frosty, your phone, people need to know we are on the air.
Sorry. I love you.
Apparently, people don't know what you do this time of day. All right, Flaky, Jeff the Fluke Flake, he wants an FBI investigation. Let me explain to you, Mr. Flake. I know you already know this, and I know members of the Senate Judiciary Committee already know this, but we're going to go ahead and educate those who don't know this. First of all, this alleged crime against Dr. Ford 36 years ago was not a federal crime, therefore does not fall under the FBI's jurisdiction. Second of all, if there is an FBI investigation in which many of the members of the Demon Rat side want, and apparently Jeff Flake, who's one of John McCain's old buddies, here's what happens. The FBI will interview Dr. Ford and will interview Judge Kavanaugh and will send a binder to the White House. No conclusions. There will be no conclusive evidence one way or the other. They will question each person, Dr. Ford, Judge Kavanaugh. They send a binder to the White House called a 302, and that's that. So basically, it's a waste of time, which is what the libtards want. They want this process to be delayed as long as possible. They would like to see the vote delayed until after the midterms, which I think is to their detriment, frankly. And they also want to make sure that maybe they can delay this until 2020, after that election, in which President Trump will be reelected and will be on fire, and probably will be replacing Ruth Buzzard Ginsburg and some others by that time. Yesterday, Senator Lindsey Graham, man, oh man, I have criticized him when he has deserved to be criticized, and that's a bunch. But Lindsey Graham was the star of the GOP yesterday, and I think every conservative in America agrees with me. Let's roll the video. Senator Lindsey Graham yesterday, Senate Judiciary Committee.
Are you aware that at 9:23 on the night of July the 9th, the day you were nominated to the Supreme Court by President Trump, Senator Schumer said, 23 minutes after your nomination, I will oppose Judge Kavanaugh's nomination with everything I have. I have a bipartisan, and I hope a bipartisan majority will do the same. The stakes are simply too high for anything less. Well, if you weren't aware of it, you are now. Did you meet with Senator Dianne Feinstein on August 20th?
I did meet with Senator Feinstein.
Did you know that her staff had already recommended a lawyer to Dr. Ford?
I did not know that.
Did you know that her and her staff had this allegations for over 20 days?
I did not know that at the time.
If you wanted an FBI investigation, you could have come to us. What you want to do is destroy this guy's life, hold this seat open, and hope you win in 2020. You've said that, not me. You've got nothing to apologize for. When you see Sotomayor and Kagan, tell them that Lindsey said hello, because I voted for them. I would never do to them what you've done to this guy. This is the most unethical sham since I've been in politics. And if you really wanted to know the truth, you sure as hell wouldn't have done what you've done to this guy. Are you a gang rapist?
No.
I cannot imagine what you and your family have gone through. Boy, y'all want power. God, I hope you never get it. I hope the American people can see through this sham, that you knew about it and you held it. You had no intention of protecting Dr. Ford. None. She's as much of a victim as you are. God, I hate to say it because these have been my friends. But let me tell you, when it comes to this, you're looking for a fair process, you came to the wrong town at the wrong time, my friend. Do you consider this a job interview?
The advice and consent role is like a job
You
interview.
consider that you've been through a job interview.
I've been through a process of advice and consent under the Constitution. Which
Would you say you've been through hell?
I've been through hell and then some.
This is not a job interview.
Yeah.
This is hell. This is going to destroy the ability of good people to come forward because of this crap. Your high school yearbook. You have interacted with professional women all your life, not one accusation. You're supposed to be Bill Cosby when you're a junior and senior in high school. And all of a sudden you got over it. It's been my understanding that if you drug women and rape them for 2 years in high school, you probably don't stop. Here's my understanding. If you lived a good life, people would recognize it, like the American Bar Association has the gold standard. His integrity is absolutely unquestioned. He is the very circumspect in his personal conduct, harbors no biases or prejudices. He's entirely ethical, is a really decent person. He is warm, friendly, unassuming. He's the nicest person. The ABA. The one thing I can tell you, you should be proud of, Ashley, you should be proud of this, that you raised a daughter who had the good character to pray for Dr. Ford. To my Republican colleagues, if you vote no, you're legitimizing the most despicable thing I have seen in my time in politics. You want this seat? I hope you never get it. I hope you're on the Supreme Court. That's exactly where you should be. And I hope that the American people will see through this charade. And I wish you well, and I intend to vote for you, and I hope everybody who's fair-minded will.
Senator Lindsey Graham, the star of the GOP yesterday. I'm sure the president was standing up and applauding big time when he was watching Senator Graham. As the president was watching all of the circus that was the Senate Judiciary Committee yesterday, in which the clowns were the Democrats. Today, they walked out. They scattered like the cockroaches that they are. No guts, no balls. Now, here's what's going to happen. Breaking news, there will be an FBI investigation. Senator Flake, who wanted the FBI investigation, has said that he would be in favor of delaying up to 1 week, not more than 1 week. And so here's what's going to happen. Once again, the FBI will interview Dr. Ford, who, by the way, doesn't like to fly, but she sure flies a lot for somebody who doesn't like to fly. They'll interview her. They'll interview Brett Kavanaugh. You'll see the same thing. They'll see the same thing that we saw yesterday. They'll send a binder called the 302 to the White House, and then the Senate will vote whether to confirm or not to confirm Brett Kavanaugh. John Tester and Joe Donnelly have both said they will not support Judge Kavanaugh. Joe Donnelly's in the fight for his life. And one thing, Joe Manchin's not stupid, and he's in very red West Virginia, and I think he will vote for Judge Kavanaugh, as I believe that Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski, if you call their offices, if their constituents call their offices, I believe they will end up voting as well. We can only afford to lose a couple of votes. Could be that it comes down to the vice president casting the deciding vote. But here's the bottom line. As I've said all week, people are going to be less inclined to want to serve because of this charade and attack on character. I have no doubt that Dr. Ford has problems. You could tell that by looking at her yesterday. She's a very troubled woman. She has sought counseling. She probably has been abused at some point in her life. But it was not Brett Kavanaugh. Her best friend even says, I don't know Brett Kavanaugh. I never attended a party that Brett Kavanaugh attended, which shot her story out of the water. Nobody wanted to come and testify on behalf of Dr. Ford because this didn't happen. Brett Kavanaugh was not involved. And nobody wants to face 5 years in prison to lie for somebody. So, they'll get their FBI investigation, which is not an investigation, doesn't fall under federal jurisdiction. Do you understand what I just said? You liberals who may be watching. It is not an investigation. It will be a question and an answer, like yesterday, the binder sent to the White House, 302, and it will come down to a vote. And I believe Justice Kavanaugh will become Justice Kavanaugh. Judge Kavanaugh, Justice Kavanaugh. Cable news, as I predicted it on Monday. Big winners. Ratings way up. Fox News, number 1. MSDNC, number 2. I'm sure Morning Joke and his mistress, the homewrecker Mika Brzezinski, had a great morning today. And DNCNN trailed. Boy, you know, back in the day, before there was Fox News and MSDNC, DNCNN was where you got news. If it was breaking, you went to DNCNN. But now there are options. And because of their bias, they are losing. The libturds are watching MSDNC. The moderates and conservatives are watching Fox.
Why you gotta use all the mean words?
Because
man?
I want to. Don't forget the guys from OPP are coming up. Now, what will happen to Mark Zuckerberg this Sunday? We'll tell you in 60 seconds. This is the Todd Tucker Show. It's Friday. We'll be right back.
Do you have problems with pain, anxiety, or sleeplessness? Come see us at Can Help Wellness, where we can help. Stop by any of our 4 wellness centers to find out how premium CBD products can help you find relief. From balms to tinctures to even products for your pets. Natural, safe, organic relief and lab tested with certifications. Reach out to one of our wellness consultants today at 405-455-3012 or online at cann-help.com.
Hey, if you like what you see, if you want conservative talk here in Oklahoma, if you like seeing the guys from OPP, then become a patron on the Patreon page for Oklahoma Taxpayers Unite. Every dollar counts, and we appreciate your help. Just click on the little button there that says Become a Patron. As I said, $1, $10, $100, $1 million, we'll take it, and we appreciate your support. The guys from OPP, Oklahoma Pedophile Prevention, are going to be coming up. Facebook has been taking down their posts. Boo Facebook. Boo. That's why we take our videos, and when Frosty's on top of it, they go to YouTube. And he's silent.
What? Huh? I was messaging our Facebook friends.
Oh, okay, good deal. Thank you.
I'll let them know OPP's still coming.
They are still coming. By the way, I've got my Mike Hunter sticker on today. Mike Hunter for Attorney General. Hopefully we can have the Attorney General on before the election here. About 39 days away until America votes. Now, speaking of Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg, apparently there's a guy from Taiwan who says he is able to hack Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook. Now, that happened back in 2012, I think, when somebody posted as Mark Zuckerberg on Mark Zuckerberg's page. That's why it's wise to change your password every so often, because hackers are constant. I mean, I get friend requests all the time, and I have to check and make sure that if I get one that has one mutual friend or two, and they live in Indonesia or someplace, Russia, I'm like, nope, You hack our elections, I'm not coming to you. All right, so this event, the deletion of Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook page, is supposed to happen this Sunday on Facebook Live. This guy, I'm trying to find his name, Chang Chu-wan, told his 26,000 followers they'll be able to watch it on Facebook Live this coming Sunday. Isn't that interesting? But sadly, as I warned you earlier about changing your password, 90 million Facebook accounts could be hacked. So when you get a friend request, don't go, oh boy, I got a friend request. I must accept them so I can get my friend count up. It could be to your detriment.
They're all just bots that want me to look at their webcam anyway. Every pretty girl that's ever added me on Facebook is just a bot.
There you go. Well, you ended up with a pretty girl anyway, so just delete them. Avoid the temptation. But will Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook page be deleted on Facebook Live? Boy, that would be something that I would love to have the video Monday. By the way, you shaved, didn't you, Frosty?
I did. I look like a normal person today.
You look
Not
like
homeless.
you look like you're 10 years old.
I do.
Yeah. Okay, an illegal alien who crossed into our southern border illegally, of course, unaccompanied, by the way. You know, we have to have a heart for these unaccompanied minors. They're so innocent. Okay, so there's a 16-year-old girl in New Jersey, and she was stabbed several times by this illegal, unaccompanied minor who's now 20 years old. This happened on the night of September 8th. The guy's name is Brian Cordero Castro. And the young lady's name, let me find it. I didn't bring my glasses today. This isn't funny, not a time to joke. Anyway, this beautiful girl was stabbed to death by this illegal. So when are we going to start thinking about Americans and our young people in America and the fact that American kids dream too? Okay, so 16 years old. Her name was Madison Wells, Long Beach, New Jersey. Castro is charged with first-degree murder, with third-degree possession of a weapon, and the third-degree attempted escape charges. So there you go. Build the wall. Oklahoma Republicans have been targeted by dark money. Our friend Bobby Cleveland is one. There are some others that have been taken down in the last primary because of donations to dark PACs. Are there any media companies donating to these dark PACs? I am investigating this. I am obtaining names, and we will disclose these. Just follow this broadcast each and every day. These dark PACs are rhinos or liberals posing as Republicans who are out to get conservatives. Conservatives like Bobby Cleveland who want to keep your taxes low. Conservatives who believe in limited government. These dark, why do you think they call them dark PACs? And my question is, if there are broadcasters donating to these dark PACs, are they disclosing these things on the air? Are they showing favoritism to certain candidates supported by these dark PACs? Who's donating to these dark PACs? It's public information. I've seen names. We will let you know very, very soon. All right, one more story, then we'll get to the guys from OPP, show you some video. As you know, over a year ago, Zachary Anderson was convicted of child neglect because of an accident that occurred in his apartment that involved his young infant son, David, who was 9 months old. Zachary was bathing little David in a bathtub and in a bumbo seat. And that bumbo seat was used, I've had several parents tell me that they've used bumbo seats. And his 18-month-old was acting out. Zachary left to get the 18-month-old out of his shenanigans, went back into the bathroom, and little David was upside down in the water and suffered brain damage. Last year, Zachary was convicted, and not only that, was given a 20-year sentence on an 85% crime, which means that he will have to serve 17 years before he would be eligible to get out of prison. Zachary has been a model inmate. Zachary has completed classes. He became a Christian in the fall of last year, has been very active in church work, serves with the prison ministry, and also has a job in which he has been offered a job on the outside as soon as he's released from prison. Monday, Judge Michelle McElwee, who sentenced Zachary to 20 years in prison, will hear him and hear his case on a one-year review. I'm asking each and every one of you to wear purple on Monday and to come to the courtroom. The hearing is at 11 o'clock on the 8th floor of the Oklahoma County Courthouse. Wear purple, Zachary's favorite color, and show your support for this young man who is better off being outside paying child support than he is being in prison, where he doesn't belong in the first place. There was no ill intent. Zachary will forever live with the fact that his youngest son has been permanently injured because of that awful day in 2014. Parents everywhere have told me that could have been me. Could have been me. Could have been you. Could be you. There's no prison sentence that will take Zachary's, he will forever live with this. And so Monday, 11 o'clock, Judge McElwee's courtroom. I ask you to wear purple and come out and show your support. UN Ambassador Nikki Haley has said that Venezuela president must be ousted. Yes, she says that that this guy, this evil guy, would you quit giving me a signal? Stop it. It distracts me. Stop it. Okay, so Venezuelan president must be removed. Is President Trump planning a coup? He kind of alluded to that this week in his press conference. We'll keep you up to date on that story as well. Coming up next, we got the guys from OPP, and we'll show you some video and talk to them about what they've been up to lately. On the other side, it's Todd Tucker Show Friday. We'll be right back.
Do you have problems with pain, anxiety, or sleeplessness? Come see us at Can Help Wellness, where we can help. Stop by any of our 4 wellness centers to find out how premium CBD products can help you find relief. From balms to tinctures to even products for your pets. Natural, safe, organic relief and lab tested with certifications. Reach out to one of our wellness consultants today at 405-455-3012 or online at cann-help.com.
Welcome back to the Todd Tucker Show Friday, and Sonic, glad you're with us, man. Sonic Boom with Oklahoma pedophile prevention. And you guys have been going after pedophiles like crazy lately. And I have to say that I felt pretty good when I was watching you in Norman and the police officers were asking where Frosty and I were. Except they knew Frosty's name and didn't mention my name, and you didn't help any.
Man.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, that guy. Oh, yeah, that guy.
People know me?
Of course they do. Just like they know OPP.
Yeah, you know me.
You down with OPP?
You know me. Yes, we are. And so the other night you guys went live, and I happened to be watching one of your videos, ironically, and you were busting a 35-year-old at the time.
Yeah.
I think it was one of your earlier videos.
Where was he? Purcell or something?
He was. I don't know
yeah,
where.
I think it was from Purcell.
I don't know where he was. I just remembered that you guys got him. He looked younger than 35, but I know he was 35.
Joshua Campbell.
Yeah.
No, that was Jonathan Hicks.
Oh, Jonathan, that was several months ago.
Yeah,
That one was, I want to say May, June or something we got him. He was one of our earlier busts.
Pretty recent, and he looked like he had just seen a dog talk.
Oh, man, yeah.
You know, that's not a good feeling when you're out there and your hormones are raging and you're trying to meet a child, and all of a sudden here comes a grown man saying, "Hey, you want to step out and talk to us?" First of all, they think you're the cops, right?
Yeah, well, you know, they kind of get, especially when we say keep your hands where we can see them. I mean, we're not trying to impersonate law enforcement.
No,
so immediately
I don't get that impression at all.
So immediately we do say, you know, we're not with any type of law enforcement. We want to let you know that you're not being detained. You can leave at any time you want to leave. You know, about 90% of them want to stick around and talk, you know, and it's just sick, man. And all of them got the same excuse. Oh, I was just here to hang out, or I was here to help the girl, you know, just to see if it was really real.
I was going to be a mentor.
Yeah.
I was going to tell her that this is not good, or I'm going to tell him that this isn't good.
But it's like
I'm
sending
just here to be a big brother.
But sending private pictures of your junk, yeah, that's being a mentor to this child, huh? Like,
yeah, it's I watch Pop Squad. We all know about Chris Hansen and his Dateline investigations, and there are more people out there. In fact, I've had people comment to me on Facebook and send me private messages who have said, "Man, we need somebody like these guys where I live." Well, what's stopping you?
no.
It's
Yeah,
real simple.
I mean,
and these guys would be more than happy to tell you exactly what they do and how they do it. And it's not entrapment, because these people, first of all, they start the sexual conversation. They message you first
Yes.
of all. Second of all, you early in the conversation say you're 14, 13, 14 years
within
old.
the first
Yeah.
or about second message,
Yeah.
normally, because as soon as they message us first, we'll put an ad out. They'll message with their opening line, whatever. Normally, my very first thing I say is like LOL, age, sex, location. You know, the old school AOL days, age, sex, location. They'll hit me with it. My second message, boom, I'm 14, I'm 15, whatever age I go with, you know. So they know right, and I don't just tell them once. I tell them probably 4, 5, 6, 7 times throughout the whole messages, you know. Like, I'll throw it out there every now and then to refresh, like, kind of give them a little wiggle room to get out of it, you know. And they're sick, man.
Yeah, well, they don't think with this head. So here's what happens. They initiate the conversation. They send pictures. I'm guessing they send pictures of their junk after they know you're 14 years old. Okay, and then you go out to the location, and they willingly show up with the intention of meeting a 14-year-old or a 15-year-old girl or boy. So that's not entrapment. Entrapment is when you message them first, you initiate the conversation, and you ask them to meet you someplace.
And another thing, you got to be law enforcement
to entrap somebody.
A civilian can't entrap somebody. They can't.
No. So and I've heard him say, "I'm going to sue you." Okay, well, and you're a pedophile, or whatever they call
predator.
Predator. I don't know what it's called, but there's a term after.
Yeah, we kind of steered off of, because that's what our first page was based off. Oklahoma pedophile prevention. And it got shut down.
Facebook. Thank you, Schmuckerberg.
And then we made a new one. Now we're still OPP, but it's Oklahoma predator prevention. But yeah, I mean, but yeah, we try to steer clear of. I mean, because we can't really call them a pedophile until you're being convicted, you know, legally. But I mean, I'll call you a predator all day. You're preying on our children, man. You showed up to meet a kid. You know, I don't care what your excuse is, and every one of them. Oh, it's my first time.
My first. I've never done this before.
Every single one of them have said that, man.
I was watching the guys from Pop Squad the other day, and they had this guy that showed up that weighed about 350 pounds, there to meet a 14-year-old boy. And he was so enamored and so excited with the fact that somebody halfway attractive was interested in his fat ass that he showed up at the house. And then, well, I overlooked their age. No, you ignored their age. You didn't overlook it. It's very plain right here in the text right here that you knew he was a 14-year-old boy. So you get the same story. Chris Hansen used to get it. This is the first time I've ever done this. Bull crap.
Well, what gets me on a lot of them, too, whenever they come with that route. Oh, I overlooked it. No, I got several messages of you talking about, is your mom going to be home? Or can you sneak out? What does a grown woman need to sneak out for? You know, like, come on.
Yeah, and they, you know, I'm just going to meet them at McDonald's. Well, McDonald's isn't open at 1 o'clock in the morning. I got news for you. So, find a new location.
And meeting a kid at 1 in the morning,
right,
you know, because we got a lot of those that we do in the middle of the night, 1, 2 in the morning, you know, like, It's just crazy. Oh, and another, JT isn't here today. He had some things with his family today. Everything's good, but I wanted to make that clear that he ain't here today.
So it's Sonic Boom and Notorious T.O.D. and we're gonna show you this video. Now, I also was watching a video of you guys busting this white trash dude. He was driving some kind of clunkety clunker truck.
Real quick, isn't that like 70% of the videos is them busting some white trash dude? Like,
A lot of them are, and these people are so. I mean, it's like, if did they really send their real pics to this? And what kind of world are you living in that you think somebody would be interested in you to begin with?
Man, a lot of things, what I think it is probably they get on these dating sites, you know, and they're probably messaging women all day long. None of these women are probably messaging them back. When they message us, here we come. We'll come back in with the response. And I don't know, but that's just kind of what my gut is telling me. What's kind of going on? Not with all of them, but with some of them. You know, like, and somebody's showing them some attention. But once I tell you I'm 14, 15 years old, you need to end that conversation.
Well, that's what this fat guy that was someplace that was picking up the 14-year-old boy that showed up to the house. He was so excited with the fact that a 14-year-old boy or anybody was interested because he says I'm fat and, you know, self-conscious about my looks. And I was just excited that somebody was interested. I mean, he didn't make any bones about the fact that he was there to pick up the 14-year-old and his intentions were to have sex. Yeah. That's some credit I'll give him. He didn't deny that. But we've got video of one of your latest busts. Let's go ahead and roll.
Oh, he was coming to see what it's about. For those of you that can't hear. So as y'all know, the video.
This much in a while, have you?
Child predator man, right here. Oklahoma Predator Prevention. I believe this is about number 43. Hey, you're up to 1.8 thousand people watching your nasty ass walk live.
The walk of shame. The walk of shame.
Walk of shame. He's about to hop in his cute little Prius, and it's going to be the drive of shame. It's funny you ain't got anything slick to say to an adult, but you got all kind of shit to say to a 15-year-old, huh? Oh, okay. I guess our chat logs are wrong, huh? Sorry, smartass, I didn't hear you. What was that?
And you're sneaky with the text now number, I guess, because you didn't want your wife to see the text records.
As y'all can see, Mr. Predator Man's gonna get in the Prius. I bet it's his wife's Prius. I is in Indigo, Q is in Q, P is in Paul, 4, 3, 2. Child Predator Man, right here. There he is. Let's go ahead and get that. Oh, it's an electric car.
Now it's the drive of shame.
We're off 89th in Pennsylvania. I'm sure most of you guys already know that, but there's Predator Man waiting to exit the premises.
Child predator! Child predator!
Well, as you know, the innocent don't run, so that guy got super sexual, super graphic. Thought the kid's mom was on her way to work and came over to meet her, but he had to make sure to be home for dinner with his family by about 6:30 or so. As I said, about 15 minutes. So you got about 10 minutes left, so make can identify this asshole, you get a free OPP t-shirt that we'll have probably by the end of this week. We're gonna give an update about that a little bit later, but save us some trouble and go ahead and identify this piece of shit. We'll be in the vehicle in just a second, y'all.
Wow, great work. And this guy took off. And in fact, you had a guy named Ryan. It was last weekend. I was watching, ironically, one of your videos, and all of a sudden it said you guys were live. And so I flipped over and interacted with you. And this guy, Ryan, was parked kind of to the side, if I remember correctly. I don't know what the location was.
Yeah, it was over there by Brookwood Village,
right.
Off of, 91st and Western. 92nd or something.
Well, there are a lot of pervs on the south side, huh?
Yeah, I mean, that's our stomping grounds. I mean, they come from all over,
right.
You know. That's where we kind of set. Oh yeah. But that's where we kind of set up a lot of them, man. I mean, they come from all over, man. That Ryan guy was from Texas, or said he was from Midland, Texas.
probably an oil field worker.
Yeah, something.
But he wouldn't get out of the car, and he took off as quickly as he could. And now you guys, if I remember correctly, he continued texting, right?
Yeah, he was begging and begging and begging us not to leak this video. I said it was already leaked right whenever we walked up on you. I sent him the link right after he drove off. I said, you're a POS, and I said, here's the link. You're famous now, buddy. And he was writing back, please, no, I'll never do this again. Please don't do this to me. It's too late, man. You should have thought about that before. What if the little girl was there? What about her? What if she told you no and you jumped on top of her? Come on.
Well, and then you had this guy that looked like he might have special needs, but he fathered children. He was married at one time, and I'm not really going to check the IQ of somebody who, if I find them meeting my child, I'm gonna beat their ass. That's what I'm gonna do. And so I'm sitting there thinking, okay, and I know you guys caught a lot of grief over it because he was clearly brain damaged in some way. But the Norman police came, and they seemed to be very cooperative and appreciative. They said, hey, if you guys do this, but hey, you don't need the police. I mean, the last thing you need when you're trying to bust somebody is a marked police car outside. They need to show up after the fact. I understand that the police aren't going to condone what you're doing because they don't want to take responsibility. But the guy in particular, it was clear that he was had some kind of issues. He was talking about suicide. I'm really surprised they didn't take him to Griffin for an evaluation because he was speaking of harming himself. But does it really make any difference whether they're special needs or not if their intent is meeting up with your son or daughter?
No, I'm not going to change how I approach them. Every one of them, I approach them all the same. Just like my partner JT says with this same situation when people bring it up. If he walked into his daughter's room and that man was on top of his daughter,
bam.
Exactly. I don't care what your IQ is, and I mean it's just sick. We didn't know his mental capacity going into this. We don't talk over the phone. We text. All the texts were the spelling. Everything was correct.
Well,
everything was perfect.
He went berserk when you showed up.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy, if I remember correctly, he absolutely came unglued. At that point, I would feel threatened.
Yeah. And I mean, we didn't even know until he opened his mouth and started talking about his mental capacity. I was like, oh man, But like I said, I'm not changing the way I do things just based off of him. I'm not going to give him any special treatment. You're still here at the end of the day meeting a child. One other thing I want to touch on real quick, if you don't mind. With some of our busts that we get, like the other day, the video we just played just now. We had asked for the public's help, because to identify this man. When we do that, please private message us with what you think because we don't want, some other guy got blamed for this the other day. His name got plastered all over it, and it had nothing to do with this predator man. Facebook has been taking away our videos left and right over the past couple of days, man. And I don't know if that's it because there was a wrong guy getting accused of something on here. But if you think you might know somebody that, if we don't know it already, just please write our private messages or email us oklahomapedophileprevention@gmail.com. Email us there or send us a private message. We got our t-shirts that should be in on Monday. So be sure to... stay touched on our page, keep an eye out for that because they should be Monday.
So let's talk about how these predators are connecting with boys and girls now. It's gone from AOL chat and Yahoo chat to now they're meeting on apps.
Oh, it goes farther than that, man. It goes back in the day with the damn white van passing candy out.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
And that's extinct these days.
Exactly. So you were looking at, you've got Plenty of Fish, you've got... what else?
Whisper, Meet Me.
They always want to go to WhatsApp.
All right, a lot of them too. I don't have it. Probably 95% of the predators we come across and talk to, they ask, "Do you have Kik?" We don't use Kik though. I mean, a lot of these apps are based on with the FaceTime.
Do they ever ask about Snap?
Yeah, a lot of them.
And then you've got for the gay predators, you've got Grindr. And I guess there are others out there that they lure young boys into, or teenage boys, and then you've got the apps that both sexes and all sexual orientations use. So basically, if your child were to have Plenty of Fish or Grinder or something like that, what's the first thing you do?
Oh, that's being taken right off the phone. The phone's probably taken from my kid as well, you know, and I'm going to probably set them down and have them watch one of these videos like what we do. Say I wasn't doing this, I would put my kid and make them watch a video like that, though, and show them how easy it is, you know, and what these men look like. They don't care about you, man, you know. It's just, I don't know. It disgusts me. It really does. I mean, especially when I got to talk to them for 2 weeks.
It's tough for you to keep your language in check, too.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've had people say, well, you know, your emotions are high because you're meeting these people, your adrenaline's flowing, and you're a parent.
That should be the least of the concerns of what we're doing here. You know, let's put the language to the side here. At the end of the day, we're busting a predator, a potential predator that could be violating your child, you know. I mean, so at the end of the day, I think I understand. I've been trying to work on it, but like I was telling you a little while ago, some of these people, we talk 2-3 weeks at a time on these people, and we're our decoys. Me and JT are both doing our decoy work. So whenever, say we are talking to this guy for 2 weeks, man, when I get face to face to him, man, this guy has taken time out of my family for me over here. You know, it just, emotions get flying, man.
Do they usually like want to meet up on the first night, or is it an evolving thing? You continue conversations.
It depends. It just varies from different person, man. You know, some of them want to groom. Every one of these people are sick, right? The ones that are sending pictures of their junk and talking real nasty, real quick, it's disgusting. They're not the ones that worry me the most. The ones that worry me the most are the ones that are trying to groom the little girl for a few days, trying to build the trust and be their friend. And I mean, dude, it's disgusting how these people work, man.
A lot of these people work in positions of authority. They can be teachers, school janitors. They can be, what else? You've
registered
also,
nurse,
school bus drivers, registered nurses.
Your local sandwich shop guy, your pizza delivery guy. I mean, they come from all aspects of life, man. There's, you know, some people saying, oh, that guy looks like a predator. There really is no look for a predator. They come in all walks of life.
Because I've watched your videos, and, you know, going back to Jonathan Hicks for a second, I wouldn't be able to look at him and go, that's a predator.
Yeah.
Now, some of these other creepy guys I can look at and go, he looks really creepy.
Yeah.
Some of these people look downright dirty. And I mean physically dirty, as well as being, you know, dirty. But once again, getting back to how do you protect your kids, and do you have this talk with your kids? Our parents talked to us about the guy in the white van and watching our Halloween candy, and they inspected our Halloween candy and, you know, all that. But now it's gone beyond that. So how do you talk to your kids? Parents are watching. We're in 2018, almost 2019. How do you prepare your kids for such encounters?
Just the awareness. Raise the awareness to your kid about these sickos out there. Like JT says a lot in our videos too. Snatch your kid's phone. Not whenever they're in trouble and grounded and taking. Whenever they're just chilling, having a good day, everything's good. Just walk by, snatch that phone out their hand. Just kind of go through it. Don't be a parent, don't be a friend. Be a parent.
You're not there to be their best friend. Your first job is to be their parent.
Protect them.
And protect them. That's what they depend on you for. And we live in a very sick world now. And it's a lot easier for these predators to have access to your kids. It's almost like when your kid downloads an app, if you have a teenager that has any of these apps that we mentioned, and there are plenty of them out there, they basically already entered your home. They've already started conversing with your child. And their intent is to violate your child, to satisfy their sexual urges. And so you have a responsibility as a parent to make sure that your child, boy or girl, is protected, because pedophiles come in all shapes, sizes, colors, sexual orientations, and genders. So, well, you know, at some point, I know you guys want to get some of the women that go after.
Oh yeah,
and that does happen.
We've had a couple potentials that hadn't happened, and what it was is we were talking to somebody had messaged us, and it was a couple, you know, and they wanted to bring in somebody. Well, we hadn't got them yet. And then touch back on other people we have, like you were talking about what people were, you know, their authorities or whatever. Mm-hmm. We had a preacher man that we were talking to for a while. He kind of wiggled himself off the hook, but we've been talking to him since April. He's still kind of halfway on the hook, but I don't know. over here kind of second guessing. And shit, by the time we set up a meet, this little girl will probably be 16 by then, man, you know, like, but I don't know, man. It's just they come from all walks of life, and touch back with what you're saying on what can the parents do. Monitor everything that has a chat on it. All these apps, even the kids' PlayStations, Xboxes, all that, because these people are on the Fortnite games. They're on a game called Roblox that's on like my little daughter. She's 3, not even 4 yet. She likes to play on that. I don't like her playing it, but she can't read. She can't text to these people. I do monitor it a lot, see if anybody is writing her, but these people are on these games that my little 3-year-old is on,
That's
man.
where you have a talk with your kids that are gamers, and you say there are going to be some bad people that may be trying to talk to you and be inappropriate. At that point, please come to me and tell me. I'm not going to take the game away from you. That's not my intent. My intent is to take the game away from them.
Right.
To get them off the system and off of these chats, because there are kids out there to have a great time, and they are being lured in by these nasty predators.
Right.
And they work in grocery stores, and they work in department stores, and they work in haircuts. They work in hair salons. I mean, what defines a predator? I mean, they come in all shapes, as I said, in all occupations. And so you've just got to be aware of what your child is doing. Any other memorable bust that you've had lately since we spoke last? You had a guy in the Prius.
Yeah, we got a guy at a Walmart, I want to say maybe a week and a half ago, and he started to reach in his back pocket. You know, I got my hand with the iPad in one hand, a phone in the other. I'm telling Jay, watch him, watch his back, you know, and he was pulling his car keys out. I didn't know what he was reaching for, and I was letting him, we will protect ourselves, you know. Well, he gets in his car to drive off. Well, right whenever he's about to take off, he tells us, hey, well, come here, I'll talk to y'all. He wanted us to walk. And I said, well, you can get out the car where I can see your hands and everything. Well, he kind of put them up and had a little talk. But I didn't know if he had a gun in that car, you know. But he's just like them all. This is my first time, man. It won't ever happen again. It shouldn't have ever happened, you know.
One time is more than enough. One time is too many. And so make sure you educate your kids. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with Sonic Boom and some closing thoughts on OPP. Also, check out your comments. We appreciate you watching the Todd Tucker Show Friday. We're back right after this.
Do you have problems with pain, anxiety, or sleeplessness? Come see us at Can Help Wellness, where we can help. Stop by any of our 4 wellness centers to find out how premium CBD products can help you find relief. From balms to tinctures to even products for your pets. Natural, safe, organic relief and lab tested with certifications. Reach out to one of our wellness consultants today at 405-455-3012 or online at cann-help.com.
Back with Sonic Boom of OPP, Oklahoma Predator Prevention. And it was pedophile prevention until Facebook decided to take their page down. And I don't know what's going on with Facebook. I know that they can't possibly be in support of pedophiles. But who knows? We live in a very strange world. And Mark Zuckerberg is part of the globalist community. And we know about the pedophilia in Hollywood and Washington and such. But we've got a gift for you. And then we're going to talk about the swag that you've got. Awesome. This is an official OTU t-shirt.
Everybody, go check out Oklahoma Taxpayer Unite on Facebook. Give them a like, a follow, and if you want to donate to their cause, they got T-shirts, merchandise for sale. Check them out, man. That's awesome.
We've got a great book as well that was written by an Oklahoma author, and it's The Last American President, and we've got those as well. And so we've got a lot of really good stuff going on. Now, I definitely want to be one of the first to have an OPP T-shirt.
Monday. They I just talked to JT just right before we went live. I asked him about that. I said, what day? He said it should be on Monday.
And you've got the Tattoo Expo coming up. Talk about that.
Oh, yeah. We were invited to the Tattoo Expo out here at the fairgrounds on October 12th through the 14th. It's an all-weekend event. They got tattoo competitions going on, you know, a bunch of local vendors out there. We got to be a part of it, which was amazing. I was glad they had reached out to us. But we will be out there October 12th through the 14th. Come check us out. Come get a picture. Come buy some T-shirts from us. Just come hang out with us for the weekend.
So can you also ask your followers to like the Todd Tucker Show on Facebook as well?
Yes.
I've got a show page, and I'm almost maxed out on friends.
I tagged on our page with this, the Todd Tucker Show. Everybody, please go hit a like, follow, and show Mr. Todd some love here, man, because he's been showing us nothing but love.
It's been awesome. I found out about you guys. We had you back in the radio days. And now I'm excited that we've got a video platform for you so we can actually show videos, and we can actually not have to worry about language and things like that. So it's a great forum and a great opportunity to let people know what you're doing, and also to make people aware that pedophiles live in your neighborhood. They aren't all registered sex offenders yet, but they will be if you are diligent and if you help these guys out. And I'm looking forward. I know Aaron Brobeck from News 9, he connected with you when you were on the radio with us. Mm-hmm. He's gone riding with you before. He and I are going to kind of tag team and ride with you guys one night and shoot some video. I'm looking forward to it, actually, because I think it's going to be very educational and something that I'll be able to say, okay, this is what happened on our ride. We can do some videos and show them here on our on our show as well.
I'm looking forward to it as well.
Can you hand me my helmet, please, sir?
Oh, hang on.
All right.
And one more thing, if you guys haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, Oklahoma Predator Prevention on YouTube, please go on over there, hit that like and follow, and hit that bell on YouTube so that way you'll get notified.
Moto, thank you, buddy. Looking forward to some football tomorrow. And we're not going to quiz Frosty on football today. Should I put it on the side? This side? There we go. We're not going to quiz Frosty on football today or sports balls, but we will on a future show. God bless you. Guys, thank you so much for what you do. And we're going to have you back here in a couple of weeks.
Awesome.
And hopefully we'll have ridden along and we'll have some video to share.
You down with OPP?
Yeah, you know me. God bless you. God bless Oklahoma. God bless America. Remember, the heart of the wise inclines to the right, the heart of the fool to the left. Ecclesiastes 10:2. Have a great weekend, Oklahoma. We'll see you Monday, 3 p.m. Central.
Oh, he was coming to see what it's about, for those of you that can't hear. So as y'all know, the video...
This much in a while, have you?
Child predator man right here. Oklahoma Predator Prevention. I believe this is about number 43. Hey, you're up to 1.8 thousand people watching your nasty ass walk live.
The walk of shame. The walk of shame.
Walk of shame. He's about to hop in his cute little Prius, and it's going to be the drive of shame. It's funny you ain't got anything slick to say to an adult, but you got all kind of shit to say to a 15-year-old, huh? Oh, okay. I guess our chat logs are wrong, huh? Sorry, smartass, I didn't hear you. What was that?
And you're sneaky with the text now number, I guess, because you didn't want your wife to see the text records.
As y'all can see, Mr. Predator Man's gonna get in the Prius. I bet it's his wife's Prius. I is in Indigo, Q is in Q, P is in Paul, 4, 3, 2. Child Predator Man right here. There he is. Let's go ahead and get that. Oh, it's an electric car.
Now it's the drive of shame.
We're off 89th in Pennsylvania. I'm sure most of you guys already know that, but there's Predator Man waiting to exit the premises.
Child predators! Child predators!